The death toll from the novel corona epidemic is rising with every passing day, as at least 213 deaths from the virus have been confirmed in China so far, and the outbreak has spread to every Chinese region as well. As the outbreak also continues to spread outside China, posing a global threat, the World Health Organization has declared the new coronavirus a global emergency. Good morning, I'm Sarah Sapsanama, and these are the headlines of the hour. Ruling NCP Central Committee members raise questions on the party's leadership over the government's controversial decisions and growing mismanagement. The Reconstruction Authority retrieves 8.9 million rupees from some 133 individuals who did not construct their houses, some 10,000 fake earthquake victims estimated in Dolakha. The death toll from the novel coronavirus climbs to 213 in China. World Health Organization declares the new coronavirus a global emergency as the outbreak continues to spread outside China. And Spanish champions Barcelona advance to the quarterfinals of Copa del Rey, thrash Leganes 5-0. Let us begin with the national political updates. Members of the ruling Nepal Communist Party's Central Committee have raised questions on the party's leadership over the government's controversial decisions and the mismanagement within the party. Leaders have alleged the leadership of violating the party's regulations as they discussed on the party's political report on the second day of the second plenary Central Committee meeting yesterday. They have demanded the leadership to justify the government's decision to accept the highly controversial American-funded Millennium Challenge Corporation, or the MCC project. 15 different groups discussed on the political report submitted by the party leadership yesterday at 3 separate venues. The party had to divide groups into separate venues as almost 400 members participated in the event. 8 of the groups held discussions at the City Hall, 4 at the party office in Thumbarahi and 3 at Paris Dada, Koteshwar yesterday. Majority of the members alleged that the leadership had violated the party's regulations and taken decisions without proper consultations. They have alleged the leadership for the haphazard state of the ruling party failure to assign responsibilities to leaders and alleged of favoring one's own faction during power division. Several groups were not able to commence discussions as the groups failed to reach a consensus regarding the group leader and deputy leader. However, when discussions began, members flooded the floor with grievances that had accumulated since the unification between the then CPN-UML and CPN-Maoist Center. Majority of the members expressed resentment towards the leadership decision to omit the issue of MCC in the political report and demanded transparency from the leadership.
पार्टीलाई विधान अनुसार चलाउनुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा प्राय सबै केन्द्रीय सदस्यले उठाउनु भएको छ। त्यसका लागि पार्टीका निर्धारित बैठकहरू नियमित समयमा बस्नुपर्छ। तलदेखि माथिसम्म सबैका लागि विधान लागू हुन्छ। विधानले कसैलाई पनि विशेषाधिकार दिएको छैन। कमिटी प्रणालीमा चल्ने पार्टी हो। तल्लो संगठन माथिल्लो संगठनको मातहत हुन्छ। यो चेन अफ कमान्डमा पार्टी चल्नुपर्छ।
On Wednesday, during his inaugural speech, Prime Minister and Party Chairman KP Sharma Oli had claimed that the government had made remarkable achievements. However, the Central Committee members have called the government's performance so far as far from satisfactory. The members questioned on the government's inability to cash in on the 2/3 majority mandate given by the public. Experts opine the leadership will have a hard time defending the allegations and grievances from the Central Committee members. And moving on, many victims of the 2015 April earthquake have already constructed their houses. However, many service seekers who claimed the grant amount of 50,000 rupees but did not take initiative to make their homes were summoned by the National Reconstruction Authority. And now these fake earthquake victims have started returning the amount to the authority. We have a report. The 84-year-old Krishna Bahadur Khatri of Dolakha, who had taken the grant amount of 50,000 rupees from the government, has returned the amount at the Reconstruction Authority's office in Charikot. The authority has so far retrieved 8.9 million rupees from some 133 individuals listed as earthquake victims. The National Reconstruction Authority has now begun process to remove the names of at least 6,000 individuals listed as earthquake victims who did not take initiative to reconstruct their houses. It means that the authority will be able to retrieve some 300 million rupees.
यो राज्यको पैसा फिर्ता गर्नुपर्छ भन्ने लाग्यो कि
त्यही राखेको पैसा फिर्ता नगरेर सूचीकरणमा आउँछन् केटाकेटी बालबच्चा भन्ने कुरा गरे त्यो जम्मा गरेपछि आउँदैनन् भन्ने कुरा गरेर अनि मैले यो जम्मा गर्न लागेको हो।
Likewise, the Reconstruction Authority has also demanded the return of grant assistance from individuals whose houses were built by some non-government organizations. The Reconstruction Authority has corresponded with some 12,000 earthquake victims, telling them to either return the money or reconstruct their houses. Meanwhile, some genuine earthquake victims too have decided to return the grant amount, citing low grant amount and to save themselves from enjoying other state benefits. Of the just over 72,000 earthquake victims listed at the authority, some 56,600 have availed themselves of the third installment of the grant amount. The authority has estimated some 10,000 fake earthquake victims in Dolokat district alone. And with that, we'll take a short break here. For more news, do stay with us. Many criminal cases in the country involving foreign nationals give room to feel convinced that the immigration mechanism at the country's only international airport is fragile, to say the least. Although late in coming, the Trivandrum International Airport, running in its 40th year of operation, has adapted steps of improvement in recent time. The Trivandrum International Airport officials have tightened document monitoring and have begun keeping detailed records of passengers. We have a report. On Wednesday this week, the Trivandrum International Airport immigration arrested 4 Iranians using European passports. The immigration only this week had introduced a new security software that not just checks for forged documents, but also looks into the personal details of the passengers. A similar software is currently also being used by international airports in UK. The software was made by a Nepali national and checks details like the passenger's eye retina, fingerprints and passports.
शंका लागेका कागजातहरु भनेको यात्रासँग सम्बद्ध कागजातहरु छन् त्यसलाई फोर्ज्ड डिटेक्सन ल्याब फर्जरी डिटेक्सन गर्ने ल्याबमा लगेर हाम्रा दक्ष प्राविधिकहरु मार्फत त्यसलाई टेस्ट पनि गर्छौं हामी यसो गर्दाखेरि मलाई लाग्छ अहिलेको सुरक्षा चुनौती जुन तपाईले उठाउनु भएको छ गत विगतमा कोट अन कोट हात्ती पनि छिर्छ भन्ने गरेको गत विगतको हाम्रो अध्यागमनबाट हामी 99% हामी सुधारमा पुगेका छौं भन्ने मलाई लाग्छ।
However, the new software was long due at TIA. In addition to the software, the immigration also has a separate room to carry inquiries on any suspected individual. On-duty immigration officers scrutinize both Nepalese as well as international passengers for forged documents. Likewise, apart from fake documents, the airport has also introduced technology that detects fake notes. However, the immigration is still short of staff who are skilled enough to run the technology round the clock.
यद्यपि तपाईले भने जस्तै यसलाई यो सिस्टमलाई सस्टेन गराउने र यसको पनि फर्दर एडभान्समेन्टमा लिएर जाने सुरक्षाको हिसाबले अझै बढी अलर्ट भएर आकलन गर्न सक्ने अनि त्यसपछि शंकास्पद यात्रुहरूलाई छुट्याउन सक्ने र त्यसलाई राम्ररी ह्यान्डल गर्न सक्ने क्षमताको विकास चाहिँ हाम्रो अझै चुनौतीको रूपमा रहेको छ।
The software was installed at a cost of 220 million rupees. It has been welcomed by all, however, its sustainability and results in the long run are still in question. Time now for the international update. The new coronavirus has been declared a global emergency by the World Health Organization as the outbreak continues to spread outside China. WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus said the main reason for this declaration is not what is happening in China, but what is happening in other countries. The concern is that it could spread to countries with weaker health systems. At least 213 people have died from virus in China. The WHO said there had been 98 cases in 18 other countries, but no deaths. Most cases have emerged in people who have traveled from the Chinese city of Wuhan, where the outbreak began. However, there have been 8 cases of human-to-human infection in Germany, Japan, Vietnam, and the United States. A confirmed case in Tibet means the virus has now reached every region in mainland China. According to the country's National Health Commission, 9,692 cases have tested positive. The WHO has praised China's handling of the outbreak. President Xi Jinping has vowed to defeat what he called a devil virus. The central province of Hubei, where nearly all deaths have occurred, is in a state of lockdown. The province of 60 million people is home to Wuhan, the heart of the outbreak. The city has effectively been sealed off, and China has put numerous transport restrictions in place to curb the spread of the virus. And with that, we have more news coming up, but right now it's time for yet another short break. In our Public Voice segment, we had asked the local citizens in Ilam district what should be done to re-establish the past legacy of ancient Ilam Bazaar. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
कला साहित्य भाषा संस्कार र संस्कृतिको कुराहरूलाई चाहिँ बढी फोकस गरेर जाने र यहाँ स्थानीय तह निकायहरूले त्यसमा ध्यान दिने र त्यसलाई चाहिँ त्यो एउटा चाहिँ हबको रूपमा त्यसलाई विकसित गरेर जाने भने यहाँ यो मासलाई आएको मासलाई रोक्न पनि सकिन्छ।
सम्पूर्ण धनी मानिसहरूको धनी देशबाट चाहिँ यहाँ चाहिँ बसोबास गर्नको लागि पेइङ स्टेको लागि बोलाएर आकर्षित गरेर बोलाएर राख्न सकिन्छ।
बजार राख्दाखेरि पनि हामीलाई अलिकति व्यवस्थित गराइदिएपछि सधैँ ढुक्क बस्न पाइयो भने अनि भाडा अलिक सस्तोमा पाइयो भने त्यस्तो लागि हामीलाई राम्रो हुने थियो।
मेडिकल कलेजहरू स्थापना गरियो भने इलाममा अझै पनि सम्भावना धेरै छ।
शैक्षिक संस्थाहरूको गुणस्तरलाई अलिकति बढाउने हो भने राम्रो विद्यालय र स्कुलहरू खोल्ने हो भने चाहिँ कलेजहरू खोल्ने हो भने इलाममा चाहिँ अलिकति यो जनसङ्ख्या बढ्न सक्छ।
पर्यटन प्रबन्धन गर्न सकियो भने यो इलाम पहिलाको भन्दा पनि अझ राम्रो भएर जान्छ।
Time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what should be done to make actions taken against corrupt leaders and officials more effective? Your options are A. CIAA needs to be active, B. Investigation under anti-money laundering, and C. Separate probe commission. The voting is on. Type NEWS, select your option A, B or C and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Time now for the sports news.
Sports news.
Spanish giants Barcelona have entered the quarterfinals of Copa del Rey. In the match held at Camp Nou, the home team defeated Leganes 5-0 to book a place in the final 8. Antoine Griezmann opened Barca's account early, utilizing a pass from Nelson Semedo. Clem Long doubled Barca's lead in the 27th minute. Barca added 3 more goals in the second half. Captain Lionel Messi scored a brace in the 59th and 89th minute, and Arthur scored in the 77th to raise the score to 5-0. This is Messi's 500th win with Barca. La Liga leader Real Madrid, Real Sociedad, Valencia, Granada, Villarreal and Atletico Bilbao have already advanced to the quarterfinals of Copa del Rey. Now, West Indies cricketer Chris Gayle, nicknamed Universal Boss, is all set to rock the upcoming Everest Premier League in the capital. Gayle has been contracted by Pokhara Rhinos. The contract amount for signing Gayle, however, has not been revealed. Since the full schedule for this season's Indian Premier League has not been released yet, it is still unclear how long Gayle will be available for the Everest Premier League. Gayle is scheduled to land in Kathmandu on 12th of March. Owner of Pokhara Rhinos, Deepa Agrawal, informed that the team had to work hard to convince Gayle to play for Pokhara Rhinos and that the team had been working for some 6 months to sign the contract with him, who is the most high-profile player to be a part of the English Premier League, Everest Premier League, till date. Managing Director of Zora Sports, organizers of the Everest Premier League, said that Gayle's arrival would be a matter of celebration for Nepalese cricket. And before wrapping up, here's a look at the top stories once again. Ruling NCP Central Committee members raise questions on the party's leadership over the government's controversial decisions and growing mismanagement. The Reconstruction Authority retrieves 8.9 million rupees from some 133 individuals who did not construct their houses. Some 10,000 fake earthquake victims estimated in Dolakha. The death toll from the novel coronavirus climbs to 213 in China. World Health Organization declares the new coronavirus a global emergency as the outbreak continues to spread outside China. And Spanish champions Barcelona advanced to the quarterfinals of Copa del Rey, thrashed Leganes 5-0. And that's all for the moment. Keep watching Kantipur Television HD for more news and entertainment. Have a great day ahead.